Hello and welcome to Solidworks Station. My name's Stuart, and in today's tutorial we're going to look at creating this classic by Apple. It was brought to us in 2007 and it is the 80GB iPod Classic. This is going to be a tutorial for beginners. If you run into any difficulties at all, get in touch and I'm more than happy to help you out. Best of luck everyone, and let's get started. Okay, so I've opened up Solidworks. I'm going to go to File and New, and I'm going to create a new part. I'm going to go into my top plane and I'm going to go normal 2. I'm going to get a sketch and I'm going to go for a center rectangle. From my origin I'm going to sketch out and I'm going to smart dimension this up with values of 60mm and 100mm. I'm going to go to my sketch fillet. I'm going to put in a fillet parameter of 5mm and I'm just going to go around here now and left click until all the corners have got that 5mm fillet in place. Then I'm going to click on my green tick and green tick, and I'm going to go to Features, Extruded Boss Base. I'm going to extrude this mid plane by 8mm. Okay, and green tick. So I'm going to click on the face underneath here because this is going to be the face that I'm going to apply the fillet to. So I'm going to click on that face and go to fillet. I want a face fillet, and it's picked up my face there, and then in this one I'm just going to go around and click on my second face. Full preview, you can see what I'm going to create, and I want to put 5mm in there. Okay, and green tick. Perfect. Right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create this charging port here. So we need to go into SolidWorks, we need to click on the face we're interested in and normal 2. We're going to sketch a corner rectangle, just sketch that. Oops, I'm in center. Let's go back into that corner rectangle and just sketch a rectangle in place. I'm going to hover over this line and make this line and the origin vertical in the relation. I'm going to give a smart dimension here of 23. I'm going to give a height from the top face to be 2mm. The height for the actual charging port itself to be 2mm. Perfect. I'm going to go into Features, Extruded Cut. I'm going to cut this in by 3mm and green tick. I'm then going to go flip round to this side. I'm going to click on the surface I'm interested in for the jack. I'm going to go into Sketch, Circle. So click on the face I'm interested in and sketch, sketch, then circle, draw in a circle somewhere around here. We don't have to be too precise at this moment in time. We're going to smart dimension it up. So 3mm there. I want it to be 3mm from the top, and I want it to be 7mm from this outside edge. Perfect. Okay, features. I'm going to go into extruded cut. I'm going to cut into this by 8mm. Okay, and green tick. I'm now going to come over to this side to put in the feature which on the iPod, the iPod Classic was the little switch that's basically locked your screen. So going to sketch and at straight slot. Sorry, click on the face we're interested in and then sketch. We're going to go for a straight slot, and we're going to go somewhere around here, just sketch that in and move our mouse down, and let's give this some smart dimensioning. So let's make this 9. Let's make this 3, and then from, I want this line, and hold down control, this line. Let's do that again, this line and this line to be collinear, and I want the center of this line to the edge. I want that to be 11.35. Perfect, and green tick. Okay, I'm going to go to features and extruded cut. I'm going to cut this in by 1 millimeter and green tick. Okay, back onto this face, so I'm going to click on the face I'm interested in, normal 2. I'm going to go into sketch and to sketch and to straight slot. Zoom in. If I touch this outside edge, we get a center point here. I'm going to click on that, move my mouse across, move my mouse up, and give this some smart dimensioning. So I would like this value here to be 2.5. I'd like this dimension here to be 7. Perfect. And green tick. Okay, I'm going to go to features. I'm going to go to Extruded Boss base. I'm going to extrude this out by 1 millimeter. Okay, and that was the light little switch that we had on the classic iPod. It was used a lot for people who was maybe running or had it in the pocket. If we just push this over to one side, it basically locked the screen to stop it from changing track or skipping track, etc. Okay, let's put the screen in place. So I'm going to click on the surface I'm interested in. I'm going to go normal 2. And I'm going to sketch a corner rectangle here. And the dimensions are going to be 5 millimeters from this outside, 5 millimeters from this outside edge, 5 millimeters away from the top, and this value here is going to be 39. Okay, I'm going to go to features now. I'm going to go extruded cut. I'm going to cut into this by 1 millimeter, like so. Now we haven't covered convert entities yet, so I'm going to show you a different technique. Okay, so I'm going to click on this face. I'm going to go normal 2, sketch. Now you could do convert entities here and convert the sketch just to save you a little bit of time. But I'm going to go into corner rectangle. Oops. Click on the surface, sketch, corner rectangle, and just sketch my corner rectangle in, like so. Features, extrude, untick merge result, otherwise it'll blend in with the one that we've just done, and we're going to go up by 1 millimeter. Perfect. Okay, next is the little scroll wheel that we had on the classic iPod, which was basically volume up, I think it was, volume down, skip track, fast forward. We moved that with our thumb wheel. To get to the menu, we'd press this like center button here. So let's put that in place. So I'm going to click on the face I'm interested in. I'm going to go normal 2. I'm going to go to sketch, circle, and I'm going to position this in line with my origin. I'm going to sketch 2 circles. Okay, let's give this some smart dimensioning. So the outside circle is going to be 38. The inner circle is going to be 13. And I want the center of this circle to be 30 millimeters away from the bottom edge. Perfect. Okay. Features, and we're going to go extruded cut. We're going to cut in by 1 millimeter. Make sure we're going down, which we are. And green tick. Okay, I'm going to go onto this circle now. Normal 2. I'm going to go to sketch, circle, hold this outside edge here so it turns orange, not clicking, just hovering over the top of it. Go to the center circle, sketch out, smart dimension this one at 9mm. And I'm going to do another extruded cut, down by 0.5 this time. Then I'm going to go to fillet, and I'm going to fillet, constant size fillet, this edge by try 4. Oh. Just clear this selection here. Click on this edge here. We've got 4 in here, and we're going to change. No, we're going to keep that. We're going to keep that. We're going to keep that at 4. Keep it at symmetric and keep it at 4. That's not a problem. And green tick. Perfect. If you find that your edges of your circle, if you'll just look at mine here, it's a bit hard to see. But if you go into this settings wheel here, and you go to document properties and model display. No, sorry, image quality. You can see down here, all right, that the image quality at the moment is quite low. So I'm just going to bump it up. All right, I'm not going to encroach on that red area as it will slow the performance of my computer down potentially. So I'm just going to go as high as I can, and OK, and you'll just see that the circles are a little bit crisper. If we do Control Q on our keyboard, there you go, you can see it. Or you can press the little traffic light here is a rebuild. Okay, just makes things a little bit crisper. Right. Next, we are going to place in this section that we took out. So there are other ways of doing this, by the way. It's probably not the most efficient method of doing this, but it is a beginner's tutorial. There are other ways of doing this, convert entities, etc. Okay, but I'm just going to show you. So 38 in here, and in here we're going to put in our 13. Okay, features, extrude. I'm going to extrude this by 1mm. Untick merge result, and in fact, did we have that at 0.5? Let's just try 0.5. No, 1mm. Okay, and make sure this is unticked and green tick. Perfect. Right, only a few things left to do, and that's just to put on some materials. You can put some text on here and here. I do remember this actually saying menu on it. If you wanted to do that, quite simple. You could just go to sketch, line, center line. If you click on actually center line and midpoint line, that will make it easier. Just hover over the center of your circle or the origin. Left click again. Give this a distance, perhaps from, go to smart dimension, distance from maybe the origin. Let's go with 4. That might be a bit too much. Let's go 5. Yep, green tick. And we can then place some text on to this line. So really easy to do. We just go into text. The line that we need, or the curve in this case, okay, is here, and the text, let's just write menu in there. Obviously it's not fitting, and that's because we're using the document text. Just untick this box, go to font, change this to maybe 1. Okay, centralize it, zoom in, that's fine, and green tick. Then go to features, click on your, exit the sketch first, perfect, click on wrap under features. It's asking us for the text, so just exit the sketch, click on this sketch here, go to wrap. This is the face that we want to wrap onto. It's picked up the sketch already. We're going to wrap onto this face here, and we're just going to use this one, scribe. There are other options, there's deboss and emboss, however we're going to use the scribe. Okay, and spline surface, let's tick that one. Okay, and accuracy, let's go quite high, and green tick. Okay, so if we zoom in now, okay, you can see that that has actually been scribed onto the surface. Oops. And we're ready to place some materials onto this now. So let's go Control 7, and let's get some materials put on here. So if we go into this little coloured ball here, it's appearances, scenes and decals. Click on this, and let's go with a high gloss plastic. We'll make this look a little bit different, I think, to this one. Let's go with a colour. Let's go with red high gloss plastic. Drag that on and just drop it onto our wheel. Okay, do we want the body doing? Do we want the cut extrude doing? Or do we want the face doing? So I'll just zoom out a little bit here. Okay, that would be the face. That would be the cut extrude. That would be the body. Let's go with the cut extrude. Okay, let's drag that onto here. Let's go with the fillet. Let's go with red again onto here. We just want just the face. Okay, for this one. So we're going to go to face. Let's swivel round it. Let's do the back of this. So let's have a metal. Let's have a chrome plated. Okay, drag that on. We want, for this one, just drag this on. Okay, we want the body. We want this bit here to be white plastic, so we're going to go on to plastic. It's a medium gloss plastic, and this white medium gloss plastic, just drag that on and drop it onto that face. Do we want to include the wrap? No, we just want the face. Let's do the wrap next actually. So zoom in, let's get the wrap, and we'll put in that red in there onto the wrap. What else can we do? We can do the screen. So into here, let's go into glass. We want a let's go clear glass and drop that onto there, and we'll do the body of that. Okay, if we just go over here to the ball and right click on that clear glass and edit appearance, I'm just going to change this. Okay, here with the colours, just going to drop that down to more of a deep kind of grey colour. Okay, and green tick. And I think we're done. Just need inside there to be done. So that was our metal, chrome plate, it's looking good. Okay, Control 7 on your keyboard. Okay, and I'm just going to show you now how to render this out. So just make sure you've got SolidWorks add-ins, right click if you've not, and just select it here. You can go into render tools, and in SolidWorks add-ins, by the way, just make sure Photo View 360 is turned on. Go into render tools. We've already edited the appearance. However, if you do want to edit it further, just go into your appearances here and just right click here, and you can edit the appearance. So to do that, you could move these colors up and down, like so. You can as well, if you wanted an image to go on here, you could go into decals. So if I went over here and just minimize these, under decals, you could get something here, alright, such as let's see if there's any logos. You could get the SolidWorks logo or something that you've got yourself, and just drag that and drop it onto that face. Mapping is going to be face 1. And you could actually move this out. Oops. You can say fit width, and you could play around with the illumination of this. Just move the transparency down. Just increase the luminous intensity, perhaps. Something like that, and a green tick, and then you could go into your. I've actually applied it onto the wrong one. I was meant to pick this one here underneath it. So from here we could go now to final render. This might look a bit strange because of where that image is, but we'll have a go. And just let it render out. I'm just going to pause it there, and I'll come back to you once it's complete. So you can see there's a few areas that maybe I would like to improve on a little bit, but not bad for 24 minutes. I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you found it useful. If there are any questions or comments regarding this video, or if there's someone with a little bit more expertise than myself and they feel that there's a quicker way of doing certain parts of that model, then do get in touch. Every day is a school day, as they say, and I'm always willing to learn. Hope you guys have enjoyed that anyway, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again soon for another video tutorial with Solidworks Station. Thank you very much everyone, and goodbye.